Guys, welcome back to Simply Cindy. I'm back with another video. This week we're going back to reviewing Hlomu The Wife, the book versus the television series. It is the season finale, so heads are spinning and it's just crazy. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's get right into the video. The one issue that has been gnawing at me the whole time, the whole day, is Umandisa. Even last week, Umandisa burning 80 million rand. First of all, burning money is treason. But secondly, it is just unforgivable. The Zulu brothers have worked so hard to gather that money. Literally, it has taken blood, sweat, and tears to get that money, and Umandisa just decides to burn it. And the thing is, she's the one that's been there the whole time. She's been there the whole time. She knows what this money means to Nkosana. It means to them, and she's the one who does that just because she found Ungoba cheating. And then on top of that, she lives to tell the tale. Like the whole time, I'm expecting Nkosana to act, or any one of the brothers actually, to kill her because, like, who burns 80 million rand? Like, no, come on. So Umandisa burns money, kills someone, and then on top of that involves Uhlomu. Uhlomu, yes, she's been jealous of her the whole time just because of how they embraced her in the family. But can you blame the family for embracing Uhlomu as opposed to her? I'm just saying. But involving Uhlomu was like the last straw. I feel like that was even more unforgivable. Uhlomu wabo, they're Hlomu, like the Hlomu they love so much. And she literally introduced her to that darkness that they all are part of in the Zulu family. I mean, I guess it was about time, but that's definitely not what happened in the book, because the only thing that Mandisa involved Uhlomu in, because it was very intentional for Mandisa to involve Uhlomu in something that the brothers wouldn't know about, so that Naye she has something to hold over Uhlomu. But in the book, Mandisa went to get an abortion and asked Uhlomu to come with. I mean, an abortion and murder. Well, some might argue and say that abortion is tantamount to murder, but I don't think so. I think abortion is abortion and murder is murder. So for me, it was a much lesser evil that Umandisa involved Uhlomu in the book than what happened in the series. It was too much, and completely unforgivable. Also, I find that Ungoba, knowing the gravity of what this money meant to Nkosana, is not remorseful enough that it's his actions, his girl, that got them into the situation. In fact, he even says to Nkosana, don't forget that I also helped you come up with this money. That is not the Zulu brothers. They don't speak like that. They do things for each other as though they're doing it for themselves. They are one. They're not these people, you know. Ngoba basically, and I'm going to have to say this in Zulu because I don't know what the English word for it is. But bemnixela Unkosana. And the Zulu brothers never did that. They were one, like together through ups and downs. They were together. So, Ngoba for me, not remorseful enough. And also, it almost comes across as though Ngoba loves Umandisa in the TV series. In the book, Umandisa and Ngoba had an arrangement. Umandisa stayed in the Zulu family because she had witnessed them killing someone, so she held that over their heads. So she was kept around, and there was an understanding that Ungoba would take care of her financially and give her stability, like lived in his house, and she could take care of her kid, etc., etc. but he never loved her. Hence, he had mistresses. Like, he just didn't love her in the book. So in the TV series, it almost comes across as though he loves her and is dismissive of the things that she does. This was too much. It was like too much. Because I even thought if it was Hlomu who had done this, would it have been this cool, calm, and collected? Like, there was just too much leniency afforded Mandisa. And the fact that she had the nerve to come back to the house, like she's not even trying to run away. She's like, I'll be like, she's not scared of them. No. Mandisa, as much as she held something over their heads, but the Zulu brothers were the Zulu brothers. The Zulu brothers are the Zulu brothers that would kill anything and anything anything and anyone, that gets in their way. So this Mandisa that's not scared of the Zulu brothers and even comes and faces them. Not realistic at all. Not true to the book. Nkosana for me for the first time has been very problematic. Very problematic because Nkosana has been the guy who would give up his life for his brothers. Yes, they've been doing heists and stuff like that, but they have been doing it for the good of the entire family as a unit. This time around, he let them risk their lives to serve his interests. That was very Nkosana-like, and I feel like I'm confused as to whether love is what drove him to be so incredibly inconsiderate of his brothers to go on such a dangerous mission, or it was just for the show and it's for the drama and the suspense of breaking somebody out of prison. By the way, I'm not a criminal or anything, but I know that breaking into prison is not something that people do on the regular. What people do to break people out is that when they are being transported maybe from one place to another, then they will jack that car and get the person out, which even to me sounds much more simpler than breaking into a prison. And mind you, Uzandile was in a maximum security prison. It is not easy to break into a maximum security prison. I know that Prison Break and what's that other one? Law Abiding Citizen and Shawshank Redemption will have us think that breaking out of prison, it is doable, but it really isn't, especially for maximum security prison. So it was really unrealistic. And in the book, Zandile got out of jail because of good behavior. She had served about 19 years and got out because of good behavior or presidential pardon, but something like that. There was nothing illegal. Like, her release from prison was legal. I definitely didn't enjoy Nkosana being down in the dumps. Like, it was heartbreaking to watch. It was so heartbreaking. Like, not him. Not him. Anyone else can be down in the dumps, but definitely not him. It's just not who he is, what he's about. But he rose above that. It was temporary. And he was the Nkosana that we know him to be. Just on that disposing of the body of the minister's wife. It was very distasteful. Understandable, but distasteful. Because in the book, the Zulu brothers buried the bodies. Like, all the people that they killed, they buried somewhere in some yard that they own, and then they built over it, something like that. But they buried the bodies. Feeding a corpse to pigs is very distasteful. It is So incredibly disgusting, but just distasteful. Like, bury the bodies at least, or burn them if you don't want any remains. I don't know. Maybe, obviously, eating the person, the pigs eating the corpse makes sense in terms of the corpse will basically disappear. So there won't be any evidence. But it is cruel, it is distasteful, and so unbecoming of the Zulu brothers. Please, man, like, no. Hlomu, 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 Hlomu. I this Hlomu, I don't know this Hlomu. I don't know her, but the Hlomu in the book is not the Hlomu. I think the biggest thing is the fact that the series has made Hlomu out to be a cheater. Hlomu is not a cheater. Hlomu did cheat in the book, but she's not a cheater. She cheated with Sandile by chance. They met up. As I had said in the previous videos, they had actually come across each other in Balito in some hotel, like by chance. It was a coincidence, and she spilled ice cream on her shirt or something like that, and he offered to give her a clean t-shirt, and they had sex. But it was completely by chance. It wasn't premeditated like how it was in the series. Hlomu did not seek out to cheat on Umkhele. She would never do that. Like, she was committed to the guy. So I don't like the way that the TV series has been painting Hlomu. Hlomu is not a cheater. And I see in these episodes as well that in the end, she cheats with Uqhawe. Okay, in the book, Iqunga, we do come into the information that Hlomu slept with one of the brothers, but she slept with Mkoqi, obviously, because Mkoqi has been in love with her the whole time. And actually, we get to know in Iqunga that Umqoqi saw her first, but didn't approach her. So he had been scared. Seeing this lady, he describes it as he used to see her greeting one of the vendors on the street by the taxi rank, and he would look at this girl who's so humble and smiles with those lady every day, and he fell in love with her. Unfortunately, Mkhele is the one that made the move first. So that's consistent with what happened with Uqhawe and Umkhele in the beginning, but it was actually Umqoqi. Besides, even her sleeping with Mkoqi happened years after, like years after. She had already had children. They had been through a lot with Umkhel. Even sleeping with Usandile, she did after, like, years into the marriage. Like, it didn't just happen. So now she's being painted as this cheater. If her man, because her man is doing something to her, now she goes and cheats. No, that is not Uhlom. Uhlom was loyal to Umkhele, well, at least most of the time. I'd actually just like to give a shout out to Hlomu Umbalendle. Her acting is on point with the script that she's been given. It's not her fault that the writers of the show have deviated completely from the book, but with the script that she's been given, she has, fulfilled her role like flawlessly. So last week, Hlomu goes and announces to the brothers that Umkhele hit her, okay? And then this week, she confronts the brothers about the baby that she lost because of Umkhele and him killing Usandile, and basically blurting out that she cheated with Usandile. Oh my gosh, guys, that is not the book. That is not the book. Hlomu, first of all, would never do that, would never put the brothers in a position where they are fighting. She did not do that. She was a uniter. She was the matriarch of the family. I mean, her job was to protect her family at all costs, and sometimes the cost was to herself. But she protected them. She protected Umkhele, she protected herself, she protected the brothers, everyone, the children. Like, she was just a protector of the family. So she would never do something like that. In the book, when she cheated with Usandile years later, by the way, one of the brothers know, I think Mkoke knows because they keep tabs on their women, so he knows what happened. But he never tells Mkhele. And later on, Mkhele finds out somehow and confronts Uhlomu. And can I tell you, Uhlomu was on the tip, yeah, deny, deny, deny. Because she kept on saying in the book that for as long as she has not confirmed it, it's something that Mkhele would never believe. And when she says that she hasn't done it, Mkhele will take her for at her word. So that's what she did in the book. She denied, denied, denied. So Mkhele never really knew if she actually did it. You know, what happened now, like, would never happen. And even in the book, Umkhele had the opportunity to kill Usandile. Like, many times when Usandile would come and talk to Hlomu whenever they would bump into each other, he could have killed her at those times, killed him, sorry, at those times. But I think he knew that killing Usandile would hurt Uhlomu, and his intention was never to hurt her. But secondly, him killing Usandile would confirm to Uhlomu that he is indeed a killer. Like, Hlomu knew what Mkhele and his brothers were. Mkhele knew that Hlomu knew, but it was never spoken about directly. It was, oh, you kill people or something like that. I must just say that the annoying part, well, one of the many annoying things in this television series, is that the sex scenes between Uhlomu no Mkhele, the only one that actually showed that it was two people that love each other that were having sex was when they had sex for the first time. After that, they never showed us scenes of Umkhele and Uhlomu making love. So we've reached the season finale and we have no idea, or rather, the people that didn't read the book have no idea what the passion was like between Umkhele and Uhlomu. But instead, they have such great, convincing sex scenes of Uhlomu no Sandile, even Uhlomu no Kawe. Even though that sex scene was a little uncomfortable, but it was still passionate, but it was uncomfortable, just because it felt like Uhlomu was doing to Kawe what Umkhele would do to her, to take out all her emotions on Ukawe, like Umkhele would take out all his emotions on her. So it was weird in that sense, but it was still passionate. Between Uhlomu and Umkhele, it was like literally never like that. Like, never. So that's been one of the many disappointing things in the series. I mean, they literally could have gotten the sex scenes right. Like, that's the one thing they could have gotten right, and they failed dismally. I just want to talk about the reaction of the Zulu brothers to learning that Umkhele beat Uhlomu to a pulp to the point where she miscarried. Um, it's very consistent with the Zulu brothers because in the book, I know that later on when they found out that Umandisa had aborted one of their own, it was a huge issue because they are such like close knit brothers that love their children to death, you know. So hearing those news in the book that Umandisa did that was huge, and it caused a little bit of a rift between Hlomu and the brothers. So it's definitely consistent. Like the reaction was definitely consistent with who the Zulu brothers are. It's just that Ungoba at this stage, when he was trying to hit Umqhele after learning what he had done, I was just like, okay, so you all up in Umqhele's face for killing his unborn child by hitting Hlomu, but you're not even showing like you're even remotely angry about the fact that your girlfriend just burnt 80 million rand. Like, I'll never get over that. 80 million rand. Umandisa comes from poverty. She can burn 80 million rand. It makes no sense. And I don't forgive her. I don't forgive her. I'm just ready for her to die. I think the element of bringing in umqoqi nonsika was something that the brothers had avoided for a long time because they were protecting them from a lot of things. And I know that when Uhlomu came into their lives, Unsika got a proper education, even lived overseas for some time because they really didn't want to involve the younger brothers in the dangerous stuff. So I know that it was a big deal for the Zulu brothers to involve them. It's just that they involved them with something that only benefited Nkosana. As I said earlier, like that is not consistent with who Nkosana is, or has been portrayed to be, even in the TV series. You know, uh, putting his brothers in danger for his own benefit. Nah, no. But it was definitely a big deal for them to bring in the little brothers. They had tried for so long to protect them from this dark world. Hence, they are probably the happier ones in the family because they're protected from a lot, you know. And now they're being let into this dark world. It's very unfortunate and it's very sad to see it unfolding. And excuse me, before they go on the prison break, yes, Andile, did I hear Sambulu correctly when he said they need to pray? I don't know the Zulu brothers to be praying people. I thought they, went to Isangoma and they, would be but telling us something so that they can have the strength, the protection to go into their next mission. I didn't know they prayed. That was a little weird. I think overall, it has been such a great thing to happen in South Africa for a book that is telling such an authentically South African story to be turned into a TV series. I think that has been groundbreaking. It's been magical, really. And I'm sure Tutu Busani Dube's life has been changed forever. It has just been so unfortunate as avid readers of the book, or the books rather. It's been unfortunate to see how the storyline has been altered so much that we don't even recognize the story anymore. It's been sad to watch in that respect. But Nje, having a TV series after an authentically South African book has been life changing. On that note, now that we've reached the season finale of Hlomu The Wife, the TV series was the book. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button. And see you on the next video. Bye.